have got to stop.
Okay, peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. Okay, family, think. There is nothing impossible for those who believe in God. Said to you again, there is nothing impossible for those that believe in God. So that just tells me any great problem, any great diversities of spirits, of trials, of tribulations, of havoc, of situations that will befall any of us through Christ. Okay, we know through Christ Jesus we could do all things, but the impossible. There is nothing impossible for those who believe in God. So you can say it, family. He allows us to do in the impossible in our lives. Now just think, carry that with you for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just carry that with you for the rest of the day. We can do all things through He who strengthens us. We can do all things through Christ Jesus. There is nothing impossible for those who believe in God. Now, I got two questions that I want to ask for today. And the sisters early this morning time, you know, they brought up some serious topic to me. It is okay. When your parents get old, are you going to stick them in an old folks home? I would never try to stick my parents in no damn old folks home, family. I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? When I was a little kid and I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, they took care of me. So why wouldn't I not return the favor when they get older? I would just want to see my parents around me. You know what I'm saying? I would want to see them, or I wouldn't want to stick my parents in some old folks' homes and then them people be up in there beating them up. Not all people are good. I would never want to stick my parents in an old folks' home. That's not, God said we got to honor our parents. So we honor our parents by shoving them off to somewhere else. I don't get that. When we couldn't take care of ourselves and we were little kids, we couldn't talk, we couldn't walk, we couldn't feed ourselves, we couldn't even wipe our own butt. So then your parents get old and you got to do those things for them, and then you be so selfish. Hold on. I'm not even going to judge you. I'm not. But me personally, I couldn't do my parents like that. You know what I'm saying? That is not honoring your parents by sticking them up in a home and letting them be somebody else's problems. But I just want to get, how do you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Your parents is there for you. Okay, if your parents wasn't there for you, then I can understand. But then again, you know what I'm saying? We are still supposed to honor our parents. And in their latter days, when they can't defend themselves, they can't stick up from themselves, they can't do none of that. You just throw them off in some home and let whatever happens to them. Don't even go visit them people. That's messed up right there. So my question I'm asking, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? You going to show your parents the same love and honor they showed you? Remember, they had you and everything like that, but they could have pulled you up to the adoption agency. They could have pulled you up to the CPS and just left you. You know what I'm saying? They loved you. So you're not going to love them in their elder years. Okay, now when I heard the sister say this, I thought she was kind of cruel. I thought she was kind of heartless. I thought she was kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying? With the way she is talking, like she's entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like she entitled. Okay, you don't feel that you're entitled to take care of your parents in their latter days? It just seems heartless to me. And then, okay, let's get into this one.
Telling your adult children not to put you in an assisted living or a nursing home. Can you imagine the burden and the weight they would have to carry? Now, while I'm not guilty of it, my mama is. She would say to me, don't you put me in a nursing home, don't you put me in an assisted living. But as I grew into the industry and learned more about the weight of something like that, it's enormous. And so my mama tells me 3 things. She says, make sure I'm clean, make sure I'm dressed nice, make sure I'm fed and I have my medications. I can handle that. Anything outside of that is a great burden to carry. So please, if you could refrain from just flat out telling your adult children not to place you in an assisted living or nursing home, I think that will lessen the stressors in the event they have to make a decision. Y'all have got to stop telling.
I'm not so. I couldn't sit up there and I'm gonna tell my kids. You know what I'm saying? What you mean, lady? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my kids. Don't put me in no damn old folks home. I took care of their little asses when they couldn't take care of their own self. I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I was there for them. So I'm going to tell them, oh, sons, oh, daughters, please don't stick me in an old folks home. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm going to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell them that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And then if you don't want to take care of your parents in their latter days, you're just a horrible person to me. Say it to you again. If you don't want to be there for your parents in their latter days, you are a horrible person to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just asking, family. I'm not trying to step on no toes and hurt nobody's feelings. But to me, you're a horrible person. Okay, let's get the next question. That don't go to everybody, but people like her. She said the basic stuff, she can do it. Anything outside of that, that's too much for her. Selfish. You know what I'm saying? Selfish. You know what I'm saying? So damn selfish to me. What do you think? Let's go to the next question before I get out of here. Now, I'm not really going to trample on what the sister said, but she taught me equivalence. And a broke brother is the equivalent of a ran through woman. This is what the sister is saying. Now, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that women look at broke men like we look at women that's been promiscuous and got 1,000 different bodies. It's the same thing. A broke, trifling, lazy man is the same thing. I would agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I learned it today. You know what I'm saying? I would agree with that. That's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But you know how we feel. We don't want no ran through women like that. But I'm going to let the sister talk and what she talk about. And I'll go ahead and tell you what I think. I think, she right when she said what she said, but then if you spend your time just getting in relationships and just ruining it and then ruining the people, it goes on both sides to me. If you a man and you done had a gang of good women in your life and all you did was trash that woman, you do not deserve a good woman in your life. That's what I think. If you a woman, you know what I'm saying, and you done had good men in your life and you done trashed all these men, you know what I'm saying, over all these different years, to me, you don't deserve a good man like that. Okay, the woman said, she said, if the man had like 4 or 5 baby daddies, that's the same thing as a body. That's how women look at it. Is this right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but this is what she's saying of how women feel. A broke man is no different than a ran through woman. A man that has multiple baby mothers is the same as a ran through woman. All I can say out of all of it is it goes on both sides. You know what I'm saying? If you spent all your time sitting there trashing all those relationships and never trying to mend and never trying to heal and never trying to grow, you don't deserve a good person. On both sides.
To you from that point on. If they think that you a hoe, they don't think that no man should ever want you. You should never be treated well by a man. You should never be taken serious by a man. Nobody should ever treat you good again because you were a hoe. If you had a baby by a man with no ring, like Sierra with Future, you should never end up with a good man. You should never find a man who's willing to be the stepfather, take care of your child like it's theirs, and love you properly. You don't deserve that. You should have your life ruined forever. That's what they want. That's what they want. They love seeing that Megan got cheated on. Even though I don't even really believe in the relationship, I'm just talking about it because it's a trending topic, and I'm only using it as an example because it's a trending topic. The fact of the matter is, women like her, they do not believe deserve a second chance at anything. Once you've done whatever it is that you did, no good should ever come to you ever again in your life. Now, on the flip side of it, they can go out here and live any kind of way. They can go out here be a hoe. They can go out here have as many kids as they want by as many women. And then you, as a woman, you're supposed to be accepting of it. You're supposed to look over the things that they did, right? Especially if you're a better catch than they are. You're a woman with no kids. You're a woman who didn't sleep around. They think that you doing too much by saying, no, I don't want you either because you're passed around. You got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women. your used goods. See, they don't like that. When you start doing that, then they hit you with stuff like, oh, you think that you perfect. You ain't never gonna find no perfect man. Funny, huh? Right? You deserve a second chance. Somebody should take a chance on you. You deserve happiness. But the woman don't whenever she do something that you deem is unacceptable. She live a life that you don't agree with. Nobody should ever love her properly again. But you deserve a second chance. And that's why I get so mad when y'all women give these men grace for the messed up circumstances that they come to you with. Being unemployed, not having nowhere to stay, not having a car, having a bunch of baby mamas, not having no money. Why exactly would you give this man a chance, right? Based off his own logic, he don't deserve to be loved properly either. He leftovers, he trash. So why exactly does he deserve a woman like you to come into his life and try to fix up the mess that he done created? I feel like double standards don't exist over here. I give you back what you put out. If you think that a woman, once she live a life that you don't agree with, don't deserve to be loved properly, guess what? The same go for you. Meg Thee Stallion is an example that when men feel like
Everybody need love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need love. But then given the situation, I can understand why she said what she said and how she said what she said. I completely understand. Everybody needs love. But then again, when you get in and out relationships and you trash and I'm a man. I'm not looking for no damn woman to make me whole. I'm not looking for a woman to sit up there and fix my problems. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. So a real man ain't even gonna think like that. But back to the question that she posed for today. When you're trash and you trash all your relationships, do you deserve a good relationship? I don't think so, because that person is trash. You know what I'm saying? They trash, and all their relationships is going to be trash is because they always going to have the concept of the grass is greener on the other side. They never going to take out the time, the water to put in the emotional, the love, the care into their relationship, they spouse, they husband, they wife. They're not going to do that. They're just going to get their binoculars and be looking across the street. But check this out. I want your commentary. What you think?